You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Time now for the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. How you doing, Dan?
Doing pretty darn good. I get more and more into history. You know, I wasn't a big fan of history back in my school days, but now it's kind of cool.
No, that's in the past, and that's history.
That's exactly right. It was this day in 1865, General Robert E. Lee named Commander-in-Chief of the Confederate Armies during the U.S. Civil War. That would not end well for him.
No, it did not end well.
He lost, but flash ahead a few years. He had a fairly decent car named after him by the Duke boys.
They did, which now you can't even find that on TV anymore because of the name of the car.
That's exactly right. What else is going on? 1981, Heidi, I know you'll love this. Blondie's The Tide is High hits #1 in the United States of America.
That's cool.
That is. And Justin Timberlake, close personal friend of mine, has birthday today. He is 38.
No kidding. 30, I thought he was older than that.
My only disappointment in Justin is, of course, back in 2009, he was bringing sexy back. He fell short. I had to step in, pick up the slack. Like I really had time for that.
Thank goodness for that.
And has he thanked me? No, he has not.
No, he's...
Fine, Justin. Whatevs.
So rude.
Whatevs. Well, there you go. When you see Justin, tell him I did him a solid.
All right. That sounds fabulous. Well, coming up here in a bit, we got more fun stuff. And we're going to talk about, there's a football game this weekend, apparently.
That's the rumor.
We're going to chat a little bit about that later in the program. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Yeah, morning there, you little knuckleheads. You. I'm kidding. I'm a kidder, Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
Are you using a new soap for that?
Yes, I'm just amazed at the things you pick up on.
Ranger Dan says yes to that aroma. Hello, John.
Hey, how you doing?
Let's jump into the mailbag real quick here, see what's going on. Got some correspondence before we do what we do here, which, of course, is critter knowledge. And, because nature is neat.
Yes, it is.
See here, FDA, IRS, Shredder, Treasury Department, no thank you. PETA?
You get a lot of mail.
Even the envelope smells like hippies. Oh, here we go. Here's a little something, bring you up to speed here. Dear Ranger Dan, first and foremost, big fan. Love Ranger Dan's Critter Corner. The whole family gathers around radio every single morning and never misses a word.
Nice. I love that.
I love that.
We're very excited about your offering coming up on Sunday. We understand, along with Animal Planet doing their puppy bowl and their kitty bowl and their dog bowl and all those other bowls with little critters, that you are offering up, streaming the first annual Ranger Dan Possum Bowl.
Nice. Very nice.
That is a true story. Not only are we going to have couple dozen possums duking around the old gridiron there, but don't forget about the raccoon halftime show.
Nice.
God's little trash panda is going to be ripping it up for halftime. It's going to be very exciting. Anyway, the letter goes on. Blah, blah, blah. I was a little surprised when I saw here, in order for us to see that epic event at noon, there actually is a cost to that. It says here it's going to be kind of a pay-per-view basis, and it's $9.95 doing it a Possum Bowl.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's not so bad.
Signed, your big fan, Jeanette Lindquist. Jeanette, you kind of caught old Ranger Dan off guard here. I really had no idea that that was the case, and rest assured that my overworked, underpaid marketing staff is going to be held accountable for that. This event is supposed to be $12.95. Now keep in mind that one-time investment comes with a free 5% off coupon redeemable on all Ranger Dan merchandise. Several exclusions may and in fact do apply. Really appreciate that heads up, Jeanette. And as a token of my appreciation, I'm sending you an autographed copy of my just released children's book, an action-packed, life lessons-rich story titled Ranger Dan's Cute Little Critters and the Electric Fence. Available now on Amazon Prime. That's all the time we have this morning. Radio Rangers, you know the drill. Stay in school, go to church, say your prayers, eat your vegetables. Don't be playing soccer, don't let me catch you wearing Crocs. Ranger Dan out. Yes, sir.
Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. Mr. Dan Farris back in the studio right now with some really important news.
I'll tell you what, more hubbubbery going on, and I would imagine everybody has an opinion on this, but it's closer and closer to becoming reality and becoming a state law. Dateline, Pierre, South Dakota. Compliments of my crack staff down at Kello. Medical professionals in South Dakota now should be sentenced to serve up to a year in the slammer and pay up to a $2,000 fine if, in fact, they do surgery or provide treatment that alters the gender or slows the puberty of a child younger than 16.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Went through the House of Representatives on Wednesday.
Huh.
Vote 46-23. Bill HB 1057 now moves to the Senate. I'm guessing it'll pass. You know, Republican Kristi Noem, well aware of what's going on with this, has told reporters that she has concerns about the bill, but did not say whether or not she would veto that bill.
Gotcha.
So here's the deal. It prohibits acts, and this, this is a little bit harsh. Again, we're talking under 16 years of age, right? This bill would prohibit acts which include castration, vasectomy, hysterectomy, mastectomies, and other sexual surgeries, puberty blockers, and hormone therapy. But what I'm not seeing in any of this is, where's the parental thing come into this?
Yeah.
That's where I get a little confused. I can see it, for instance, if I'm not mistaken, for instance, in the case of abortion. There are various laws, and it varies state to state and community to community, and I know in some instances minors can actually go in, have an abortion performed without parental
consent.
Which that strikes me as just wrong. But I'm an old school tough guy dad. That's how I operate. So something like this, it's like, okay, say if I'm a parent, I try to put myself in the other chair here. Say I've got a kid, he's 15 years old, and he's convinced that he actually identifies as, or whatever all's involved there.
Right.
I got to sit there and have that conversation. And if it's going to better his life, if this happens. But still, I'm going, dude, you're 15.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's kind of a tough one. I mean,
I'm kind of...
There's a lot going on here.
There is a lot going on there. I can't believe that's even, all of that is even happening like right now in our state capital. Just, don't we have other stuff that we should be focusing on?
Yeah,
how did that become the top priority right now?
This is a huge issue in our state, is it?
Maybe it is. It's probably not a huge issue anywhere except like so many things, and it hasn't changed since the founding of this country. It's how a small group of people can make a whole heck of a lot of noise.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's probably the case here, but I think it's just fascinating that we're at this point, and what does this mean? And say you are someone in the medical community that provides this kind of service, what does that mean ethically and morally and everything else? I mean, there are so many moving parts to this, it's kind of mind-blowing.
It is.
So it'll be interesting to watch this all come to fruition, And as usual, because I am just one tax-paying boomer white guy I know my opinion doesn't matter.
Well said, Dan. Well played. All right, it's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Want to make your sweetheart smile next month for Valentine's Day? Find some fun, matching shirts at funkymonkeyshirts.com. We have a whole collection of fun shirts for you lovebirds.
My wife rocks.
My man rocks.
We also have many silly shirts that will make you smile any day of the year.
My ex-wife was a trophy wife.
Participation trophy.
Find something fun for a loved one, friend, or for yourself at funkymonkeyshirts.com. That's funkymonkeyshirts.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour. Mr. Dan Farris. Coming up in a moment, we'll have some entertainment news of the day. But before we get to that, I want to mention this, because are you going to be talking about football at all for your entertainment news, or no, something different?
Yeah, actually, I've got a couple of films that I was going to cover, but we can do whatever, John.
No, we'll cover the films. That's good. We'll talk about this right here. I am excited to be doing an interview with Jill Rappaport from Animal Planet. They have been doing, like, for 15, 16 years.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
The Puppy Bowl. And I've done interviews with people leading up to the Puppy Bowl before. And I think I might have even talked to Jill a couple years ago about the Puppy Bowl. But this year, we're excited to be talking about something that was kind of her idea. It's called the Dog Bowl. And here's the thing that maybe you didn't know, but the Puppy Bowl, all of the puppies that are out there playing, and the kitty cats that are the cheerleaders on the side.
That's the halftime show for the kitties, yeah.
Yeah, they're all up for adoption.
See, and I didn't know that till this year.
Yeah, every year they get, and they have, so the thing that's been really neat is Jill, who I'll be talking to on our weekend edition of the John and Heidi Show, she said, why don't we do this for older dogs? So now, leading up to the Super Bowl. And the reason I wanted to mention it is because our show, the John and Heidi Show Weekend Edition, is on Sunday. So I wanted to mention it here now because I'm going to be talking to Jill on Sunday about a show that happened on Saturday, and then it replays on Sunday. So it's kind of confusing. But the Dog Bowl is on Saturday on Animal Planet, and it'll replay before the Puppy Bowl as well. So like the sports stuff for that other bowl that's going on has like been going wall to wall for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah, pregame show lasts about a month.
Yeah, so the pregame show for the Puppy Bowl includes the Dog Bowl. But all of the dogs in the Dog Bowl are up for adoption as well, and they're older dogs.
They have to name one Tom Brady.
You can't teach that old dog new tricks.
This idea.
I think it's really cool. This is the 3rd year they've done it, but in dog years, it's like the 21st year. So
we're going to end up with another dog.
We probably will. That's most likely what will happen.
Where'd you get it? Bought it off the TV?
I want number 27.
You wrap him up with a milk bone and send him my way. Anyway,
He rushed for 127 yards.
I've got all the information about it in the show notes at JohnAndHeidiShow.com. It's the weekend show notes. You'll actually see that starting tomorrow. But I do have it on our Facebook page as well. And we'll be back with entertainment news of the day coming up in just a bit.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
And it's time right now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Here we go, baby. Celebrities are fabulous. Hollywood can be such a strange mistress.
Oh, yeah.
Things can get confusing. I don't know. The older I get, the less I know, apparently. Couple movies coming up. This is just weird. I've been a fan of James Bond since I was but a Ute.
Okay.
You know, but
Sean
a Ute.
Connery.
When Sean Connery was James Bond. Yeah, and I think
pretty amazing.
I think there's been well over 20 Bond films so far as we've gone through the years. 007 is a pretty big deal. Daniel Craig is the current James Bond, does a pretty good job. The Broccoli family has owned that franchise, created that franchise for decades now, and Barbara Broccoli is the lead producer these days. Okay. And she's been inundated over the past couple of years about switching James Bond up. Why can't James Bond be a female?
Well, his name is James.
She says, you know what? Moving forward, because this will be Daniel Craig's last tour as James Bond, so moving forward, she says, you know what? I don't have any problem with my spy being of any color, of any race, any ethnicity. But he will remain a male.
Oh,
Good.
But see, I even go there, man. Hey, you know what? It's a Caucasian dude with a British accent. That's who James Bond is.
Yeah.
But I think you'll probably see a change moving forward. And then this really struck me, too, because I was really into Grimm's fairy tales as a kid.
Yeah.
Because they were so freaky and still are.
Still, yeah.
Well, they got a reboot of Hansel and Gretel coming to the big screen.
Isn't this one called Gretel and Hansel?
How about that, John?
Yeah, so
Because this time around they've made Gretel, you know, she's got some power now.
She's got some moxie.
She went to a luncheon and bought some empowerment.
What?
And snagged a Kate Spade purse in the silent auction. So
Don't know what that means.
I'm being totally snarky. Heidi knows.
Yeah, I mean, apparently I have not been to this luncheon.
Registered for the Women's Empowerment Luncheon? Yes, the salad has raspberry vinaigrette. That's all we have. Ever.
His name is Dan.
I need that Kate Spade handbag.
Was there more to this?
How'd the seminar go, honey? And that's
I'm assuming there was more to that story.
no, that is my whole report.
Okay. Well, job well done. Way to wrap up a week. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.